Hey guys, tonight's video is going to be a little bit different. I kind of don't know where to start, so I'm just going to start from the beginning. Where do I begin? Okay, well, I'm going to start on a really positive note. So you guys know that I competed for the title of Miss Wheelchair America 2019, and it was a really great experience overall. I actually really did love the girls. We all got along really well for the most part, and at the end of the day, I feel like a lot of us felt like we had made new friendships and had really developed a sisterhood. So I don't want to make this about that, because it wasn't that at all. I don't even know where to start. This is hard. So, I've spent the last couple of years really trying to better myself. And I'm sorry that this video is going to be a lot different than most of my videos. But, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that a lot of that this is going to be different from a lot of my videos, but I want to be real. This is really hard for me. A lot of you, oh gosh, a lot of you won't understand that. A lot of you won't understand these feelings, and I hope that you never do, because this sucks. It sucks a lot. This is not the type of video that I hoped to make. It's not the type of video that I planned to make. But this is where I'm at. So, you all know that, I've been working really hard the past year in particular. I mean, I've worked really hard the last few years to create different things, but this year was really special to me because I finally got to complete a new goal, which was to become Miss Wheelchair Tennessee, which has been really amazing. I've had a lot of support within our state chapter, and so this isn't about that. That part of this process has been incredible, and even on the national level, it wasn't all stress. It wasn't all bad. It wasn't all bad by any means, actually, but I didn't get the result that I had worked so hard for. And even though I had accomplished my goal, which was to win state, I had also kind of set a new bar for all of this and really wanted to win national. And I don't want this to come across like I think somebody didn't deserve it or that I should have taken anybody's place. Because the women that made the top 5 and pretty much all of the women in general, were amazing. So it's not about that. It's not even about them. This is more about me and feeling like I failed. I'm such a perfectionist. I am, I'm very self-motivated, and when I decide to do something that's really important to me, I do it, and I put my whole heart into it, and I have put my whole heart into this experience, all of it, everything from entering state the year before this past year, and not winning. I did take that a lot harder than I'm taking this. I've always been able to use it as a growing experience, and see the bigger picture and see the meant to be in all of it. And I think that's why I'm struggling right now, is because I have put my heart into my role as Miss Wheelchair Tennessee, and I don't regret that. I don't regret anything that I've done. I don't wish that this was any different than how it turned out. But at the same time, I don't know why it turned out the way that it did at Nationals. I didn't make the top 5. I didn't win an award. I felt like I basically have sat here for the last year in particular, and I've had 30 to 40 speaking engagements. By the time my reign is over, I've done 40. And I feel like I don't have anything to show for it. I know that's not true. And honestly, I'm not really making this video for anybody but myself. I'm really, really hoping as I talk that maybe somebody will get a message in all of this. Because I do know that even though I can't see it right now, that I will be okay. That there is a bigger purpose for all of this. There's a reason that it happened. But it's really, really hard not to... It's really, really hard not to feel like I failed on some level. And I know that I'm probably coming across as some spoiled brat, but I'm really not trying to. It's just that this process has meant so much to me, and I put so much energy and effort and time and, love into my message and into helping people. And I've always been like that, but this was different because, I finally had gotten recognized on a state level, and I really, really, really thought that this is my way to reach more people on a national level. I thought it was going to line up really, really well with my channel. And it didn't. And that's a really, really hard thing to accept. I'm not there yet. I know that I will get there. I originally had said I would be happy if I, could at least make it to the top 5. Well, for me, that was my old goal. And I do this to myself all the time. I set a goal and I reach it, or I don't reach it at the exact point that I would have liked, but I reach it later. But this is different than the fact that there isn't a do-over. This is it. And I only got one shot at this. With state, I had multiple chances. And I don't know. I'm just in a really, really strange headspace. Even though I know that I'll have clarity at some point, I'll have peace of mind at some point, I haven't gotten it yet. And I'm trying to make the most of the experience because I really did meet some amazing women. I don't feel like it was a waste by any means at all. I just really, really expected things to go a lot differently. And I'm not really sure what the lesson in all of this is, but I do know that I worked really, really hard to get to that point. And to sit up on that stage and to not even hear my name called was really, really tough. I'm kind of at the point where I don't know what to do with it. I know I'll be fine in a couple of weeks once I've, maybe rested some more and regrouped and figured out the answer to what's next. And I think that that's part of my problem right now is I don't know what's next. I thought that I knew what was next, but God had a different plan for me. And as much as I want to be patient and I know that it's going to work out, I'm not patient. I'm not a patient person. I've never been a patient person. And knowing that there's something better coming up, hopefully, doesn't make this hurt any less, because I really want to make a difference. Because I really want to make a difference, and I felt like that was the perfect platform to do it, and maybe things will go differently in the future. You know, I do want to stay involved in the program because it is really special. There's a reason that I wanted this title to begin with. So I'm hoping to, you know, stay involved and still be some sort of role model, you know, in some capacity, you know, but a loss is a loss, and it sucks to lose. And again, I don't want to take away from the women that did make it into the top 5, and especially not the woman that won, because she absolutely deserved the title. This is just more. This is more about me personally, and trying to figure out how to deal with defeat again, because I thought that state was hard, and it was, and it actually felt much worse than this, but I knew I needed to grow back then, and it's different this time because I felt like I had grown, and I know that I have grown, but it sucks to feel like you've grown and that what you've done isn't enough, or it doesn't feel like it's enough. And I'm sure that that's not how it was looked at. I'm positive that wasn't how it was judged. You know, their job is to pick the right person, and I don't question that. I question myself, and even though I put my heart into it, I feel like maybe there was a missing piece. I don't know what that is, and I don't get another opportunity to figure it out, at least not in this capacity right this minute. I don't have clarity. I know that I will. This was for me, you know, this was supposed to represent all of the hard work, all of the, you know, times that I've sat with people and I've listened and offered advice and, you know, have really been there for people. I thought that this was my time, and maybe state was, and it has been amazing. I just thought that there was more, and maybe there is. Maybe it's just gonna take a while, but I'm just struggling right now, and I'm not gonna give up. I'm gonna keep figuring out what's next, because I know I'm not done. You know, I'd like to stay involved in state and maybe even the actual Miss Wheelchair America organization. I feel like I could offer something to the organization as a whole. I think that they would be very welcoming if they did find a place for me to stay involved. And so I'm not going to disconnect from those programs, because there was a reason I wanted this so badly anyway. I don't do well with criticism, and especially don't do well with not completing my goals. And it sucks being a perfectionist, because at least for me, I continue to set new goals, and I feel like I didn't even reach my low end range of goals, even though I said I'm just happy to win state. Well, once I did, that reset the bar higher and higher, and that it was like, well, I'd be happy with top 5, and you know, I didn't even make top 5, and that's hard. I was 100% myself. I was 100% authentic. I would 100% put my heart into this, and it feels like I was just told that what you provide is not enough. And I know I'm probably being a baby, but this is where I'm at. Again, this video isn't even for you guys right now. This is for me, because I think to really appreciate your growth, you have to look at moments like this. You have to remind yourself of how far you've come. And I'll get there. It's just been, we went from 0 to 60 back to 0 in a pretty short period of time. I had 9 hours in the car to just sit and reflect, and I wanted to wait a few days before I even did this video, because I want to be positive. I want to be encouraging, and I want to help whoever might be struggling out there. But at the same time, I'm struggling right now, and I just don't do well with failure. And no matter what, no matter how many people are telling me right now I didn't fail, it still feels like a failure. And nobody wants to lose. That's not a thing, And I'm seriously just trying to process this. I know I'll figure out the bigger picture eventually, and I know it's going to take time. I just really, really wanted this. And I didn't even realize how much I wanted this until I really got into my reign, state reign. And this sucks. I keep saying it, I'm sorry, but I'm frustrated. I wonder, and I know I'm being a total hypocrite, because I did a video on what if yourself into the corner, it's not good and all that. And I know that, but maybe I should take my own advice. But this sucks. I hate losing. I hate feeling like there's a possibility that there was something else I could have done that could have changed the outcome. I don't know if that's true or not. I genuinely don't know what went wrong. I don't know why I wasn't in the top 5, and I don't know what to do with that. I am trying to work it out in my head without all of the information. And, I want to get back into normal life at this point. I want to move forward. I don't want to stay stuck in this mindset. And I really debated on even putting this out here, because I really don't feel like this is going to be helpful to anybody. Except myself, and except to say that, even though I didn't get the outcome that I wanted, I don't regret anything, because I know I gave it my all. It's frustrating to know that it feels like my all wasn't enough. And, no regrets, but this is just frustrating. So I really don't know what my message is. I really, really wish that I had some positive, awesome, growing experience tidbit for life, but I don't have it right now. And I hate that this is translating into my channel, but at the same time, I do want to continue to be authentic, just like I was with those judges. I want to continue doing what I feel is right, and this is what feels right to me, is to talk to you guys. I had a lot of you check in with me, which has been amazing. I just wasn't ready to talk about it. I'm still not even sure that I'm ready to talk about it, but we're here. I hate this. This is the most frustrating thing that I've experienced in a really long time, because I thought that I did it all right. I thought that I was exactly what they were looking for, and it just wasn't meant to be. And as much as I talk about if it's meant to be, it'll be, that kind of thing, it's never fun when what you want for your life isn't what is working out. And my dad said something the other day about, if I just put as much effort into my other things about life as I did with this, and something great's gonna happen from it, is the gist of what he said. I know that he's right, but sometimes it's really, really hard to push forward and keep moving forward. I'm going to keep pushing forward. But that's also why I took a couple of days off before I ever did this, because I didn't want to say anything out of pure frustration. I didn't want to say anything out of anger. I didn't want to take anything away, and I still don't want to take anything away from the women that won awards and, all of that. I don't know. I'm having a hard time with this. I know it'll work out, but I look at my mantra, shine on, and I want to. I just have to figure out how to next. I had said I wanted to write a book. I still do. I still plan to. I just really, really wanted this chapter to be different. And maybe it's not over because I'm not done. Maybe this chapter isn't going the way that I want it to because I'm not done with this chapter. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I'm supposed to be involved in my state war or my the national as a volunteer. I don't know. I just know that I feel defeated, and I want to work through this. I do want to figure out what's next. I'm just in a really, really strange mindset, and I've had a lot of people checking in on me, which has been really nice. It's really, really amazing to know that people care, want to check in, and that I'm not alone. But this is my experience, and I feel like this is my process that I have to work out. So if you have felt that I've been blowing you off, please don't take it personal. This isn't about anybody else. This is about me and feeling like I failed. And a lot of people are telling me that I didn't fail, but it still feels like a failure to me. And I was talking to one of the women, and just kind of telling her, how frustrated I was, and I didn't understand, and she did remind me of why I wanted to do all of this to begin with, including my channel. And it's for people like her daughter who have a disability, and I haven't lost sight of that. I do want to help people. I do want to help people. I want to continue helping people. I don't want this to define me and how I feel about myself, because if I feel negative about myself, then I'm not going to be any good to anybody else. And I don't feel like that even lines up with who I am or the example that I want to be for other people, like this girl. But I also know that I'm allowed to feel my feelings. I'm allowed to process. And that's what I'm doing. This is helping me. And I know a lot of you, again, you're not going to understand. You might not even care, and that's fine. This is the best way that I knew to handle this. Because so many of you were really rooting for me and really, bummed for me and everything. And I really appreciate the support. I just feel like I let everybody else down too. So all of the people that were rooting for me, I feel like I failed them on some level. And that may not be the truth, but it feels like it right now. I guess my positive message in all of this is that, I'm documenting this for me because I need to be reminded of how far I've come and how far I've grown, and, be reminded of the hard times so that I can appreciate the good times. And so, if you're struggling with whatever it is, and you feel like I do right now, I promise you that it will get better. It's not always easy. It doesn't always happen overnight, but it will get easier. And I know it will for me too. I wouldn't preach this to you guys if I wasn't able to practice it myself. And that's why I'm doing this. I'm just trying to work this out. I've been in my head the last few days and kept waiting and waiting for the moment to feel better. And I don't feel better yet. But I think that's why I'm doing this video. Because I know that I will feel better in, a couple of days, a few weeks, whatever it is. I know I'll get there. I just don't know what the point of all of this was. I don't see the bigger picture just yet. So I'm trying to get there. Sorry, I'm ugly girl crying all over this video. I just wanted to be real. Because not every day is awesome. Not every day is happy-go-lucky, and you can't be a winner for every contest every time necessarily. And I just want to remind myself and others that it's okay. I am seriously just trying to process this right now. This sucks. But I am very, very grateful. I'm grateful for all of the friendships that I made during this week. We had an awesome week together. I met a lot of really incredible, deserving women in this program that I hope to stay in contact with. I hope to stay involved in this organization, state or national level, whatever's meant to be. I'm open to it because I don't feel like that this was a waste. It definitely wasn't. But I also don't know what's next. I don't know what to do with this. I don't know what to do with the result. I don't know how to use it right now to motivate me to do something more, or to do something different, or whatever it is, because I don't really know why this wasn't it for me. I know I'll get those answers one day, so I just have to be patient. So, I try not to get super religious or spiritual or whatever, but, send me happy thoughts, send me prayers, whatever you've got right now, because I just feel discouraged. And I think most of the women that went through this or that have gone through this can understand and can relate. But I think that feeling defeated is a lot harder for people like me who give 100% in everything that they do, and who are perfectionists and internalize things and try to find ways that we can control the situation and what we could have done differently. And I don't know that there was anything that I could have done differently, but it feels like there should have been something that I could have done. And I don't know. I really don't know if I could have. But anyway, if you're going through something and you feel like you're failing, just know that it does get better. I'm waiting for it to get better for me right now. But I do know that it will. Yeah. I am going to Virginia in a couple of days to see my best friend. You actually met her in some of the fun videos. My friend Tara. So we're going to go and see Keith Urban perform, which you guys know how much I love him. And we're also going to do either water skiing and or surfing, adaptive surfing, which I've never done. So I'm actually pretty excited to try something new. And I guess actually that's my message, is don't stop trying new things. Don't stop trying to challenge yourself just because it's hard. That's my message, I think, for tonight. And I think I'm going to end on that because I feel like that's a good positive way to end this sobbing, horrible, ugly girl crying video. But I love you guys. Thank you for everything. Thank you for supporting me. I would continue doing this if it wasn't for you guys. So, thank you. Anyway, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, make sure that you do. Let me know what you think. If you've got advice on how to move forward in a situation like this and grow from it, let me know. I'm always open to growth. But yeah, I think we're all entitled to a bad day every once in a while. I try not to have too many of them. And this isn't how I want my channel to go. But I also know that I want this channel to represent me and everything that's important to me. And I think that this is part of my process. So, yeah, don't forget to subscribe and let me know what you think. I love you guys. Have a great week. Bye. Hey guys, I just wrapped up my video and everything, but I remembered that I didn't share with you all something that happened yesterday, which is kind of interesting. So I randomly got a package from Amazon the other day, and it was a book, and I didn't notice the note in it at first, so I was trying to figure out where this book came from. And in fact, it was a book that I had wanted for a while. But I'll show you what it is, and you'll understand why I'm showing you this. So this is The Gifts of Imperfection. And it says, let go of who you think you're supposed to be and embrace who you are. And after I found out who sent it, which it turned out to be my mom, I also found out that she saw a lady on the plane next to her as she was leaving Miss Wheelchair America who was reading the book and thought that it was really intriguing and wasn't sure if, it was a sign, but she felt like she needed to buy it. She was telling me that she loves me and she's proud of me and all of that. What she didn't know, and this is what makes it so strange, is that it's actually written by one of my favorite authors, Brené Brown. And yeah, so let go of who you think you're supposed to be and embrace who you are. That's what I'm going to try to do, you guys.